Hi BookTube and happy Sunday. I have a trip planned today. I am going to the Oregon coast, which is about an hour away from me, and there's lots of like cute, mostly touristy towns nearby, and it's just a nice drive along the coast. And I'm going to take you along with me. But before I leave, I needed to pick out a book. So I'm currently still reading the James Missioner hardcover recessional, but I don't want to bring a hardcover with me to the beach. So I was like, a nice paperback would do. So I have, these are my stack of the physical books that I have planned. Of course, I have my Kindle, but going to the beach, I never like bringing my Kindle. The one place I don't want to bring my Kindle because the little bits of sand, do I have, oh, my Kindle live there, but like the buttons, especially in like the border, it can get into those little grooves and it just drives me mad. So I brought my Kindle one time and I was like, never again. So I am gonna bring a nice mass market paperback, and when I was looking through my shelves, I was like, oh, this would be fun, like a fantasy book. But I have these pretty editions, and I cracked it open, and I was like, oh my goodness, I cannot handle this itty bitty like size 8 font, and also it's like really hard to open because it's like a very like stiff binding, even though this is an older book. But then so how am I gonna read that? So not only is it tiny, but it's wedged in there. So like I'm gonna like, my thumbs are gonna hurt just holding it open. So all that to be said, these two I'm gonna be removing from my shelves, and I borrowed this one from my library on ebook, and I'm gonna read it that way. Future date, but that's neither here nor there because we're talking about books I'm planning to actually bring with me to the beach. So I wanted to bring two options because I'm spoiled with the Kindle where I have like a multitude, an endless amount of books to choose from. I need at least to bring two books with me. I don't want to go above that because I don't want to be carrying it with me from the car to the beach. So I have Phyllis A. Whitney's Poinciana, because this is a book set in Florida at Palm Beach, and she writes like gothic, romantic, because sometimes yeah, this one for sure is historical, suspense. Well, I can't talk today. But the font is still small, but it's a little bit bigger than the other one, and it's nice and bendy. This has been a well-read book because it's all creased, and it's I don't know if you can tell, it's sloped. So this at least will hold up for one more read. I recently got this from a used bookstore. Yeah, it's from 1980. And so I at least want to read it one time before it just probably devolves into tissue paper. And then the other book, so I have the beach Florida book because I have a trip coming up to Florida, so I'm trying to garner up some enthusiasm because it's a work trip. And then I wanted to bring a book for the horror mayhem. So this is Shivers, The Ghosts of Devil's Marsh, and this is taking place at the coast in the summer. I don't know which coast this is going to be, but I'll find out. This is by M.D. Spencer, book 24. And I had recently learned about this series from watching Cameron Chaney's Library Macabre YouTube channel, because he does a lot of like the throwback to the 90s, 80s horror books, and he was talking about the Goosebump or the Fear Street books and all that have inspired other authors. And so this was a Shivers is its own series like that. And these, I think he was saying, came from either the dollar store or the Dollar General. So that is funny. Does it say who this? It says Paradise Press Inc. from Plantation, Florida. Okay. But yeah, he was saying he at least when he was a kid, he was finding these at one of those dollar stores. So but they're supposed to be relatively good, so I'm going to give that a go. So I'm just going to see whatever I'm in the mood for. But I'm going to take you along with me.